Hey guys, Jeremiah with Steps Pressure Washing and More out here in Angier, North Carolina. I'm going to do a demonstration today on how to clean step by step a driveway. So we're going to be going over a little bit of the tools, a little bit of the chemical, and a little bit of the technique that I use to clean a driveway using my pressure washer. So I'm going to turn you around real quick, kind of go through what we're using today so you can kind of get an idea of what you're going to need to do if you want to do this yourself. Alright, so first of all, we have our pressure washer. We're using our Pressure Pro Dirt Laser. This is a 4 gallon per minute machine. I'm using a Comet pump currently. This is the second pump I've had on this machine. It's a Kohler Command Pro with a 14 horsepower engine. This has been running for about 3.5 years now, so it is definitely paid for itself many times over. Again, with that, we're going to be hooking it up to a surface cleaner. Currently, we are using our 16-inch Whisper Wash, and this is an addition we added last year. We were using this Surface Max Pro for about 2.5 years before I finally kicked the bucket, and even before that, back when I was just doing my own house and my own driveway, I still have my old Greenworks. That's an 11-inch surface cleaner, and I haven't honestly used that since 2020 when I bought the new machine because it would be way overpowered for that little guy. So generally you're going to want to do about 4 inches for a surface cleaner area per 1 gallon of flow you have coming out of your pressure washer. So having 4 gallons per minute coming out of here with an 11-inch surface cleaner would be way too much, and the nozzle that's on there would not be able to keep up with the flow, so it would just increase the pressure. So right over here, this 15-inch, this is kind of that perfect area. It's got 2502 nozzles in it, and that's the 25 is the angle and 02 is for the gallon per minute. Because remember, it's got 2 nozzles in there, so one's going to put out 2 gallons, one's going to put out 2 gallons, and together they're going to put out the 4 gallons per minute. And same thing over here on the Whisper Wash, we have 2502 nozzles in there. If we had too much pressure coming out, we could actually upgrade that to a 25025 nozzle, and that would allow us to get a little bit more flow out of those nozzles, and it would decrease the pressure. If you're ever having an issue where the pressure washer or where the surface cleaner is coming up off the ground, you've probably got a bit too much pressure going on a downward angle. So you're going to want to make sure that your nozzles are angled correctly, and if they are angled correctly, go ahead and switch up to a larger size orifice so that you're able to get more flow and less back pressure. Alright, so over here we have our general pump ball valve, and this is so that we're able to switch out between the surface cleaner and our gun. We're going to be using our XJET to rinse today. I can use the M5 as well, but I'll probably be using the XJET just because it has a little bit more kick to it. And I've got here a 3-foot extension with a 25-degree nozzle at the end for just doing some touch-ups and edging where the surface cleaner won't reach, and that will make it a lot easier and faster for us. Another reason why I like using the XJET is because it gives me this barb right here. This is a chemical injector barb, and with the open orifice in here, without switching out any of the little attachments that came with it, I can run my 15% SH through here, and I'm going to get about 3% coming out of the nozzle. So that's going to be my post-treatment. I always use a post-treatment just because I always leave lines, and the post-treatment completely takes care of those, so I don't have to use any special technique or go over it again and again and again trying to get rid of the lines. I just throw a little bit of 3% down afterwards, and that completely alleviates them after it dries. And of course, some good waterproof boots. These Hucks we got last year. I just got tired of having my feet wet all the time, and these have worked phenomenally since we got them. They've definitely been well used. I don't know exactly what happened last year, but we started picking up driveways like crazy in the spring, so I went ahead and got some Hucks, and we went ahead and got this Whisper Wash because I said, you know, there's no sense in spending, I think this was $150 when we bought it, another $150. This worked okay. it definitely, you know, it took us through the first 2.5 years of doing driveways here and there, doing concrete here and there. We did a couple commercial jobs with it, which was an absolute headache. This right here is way more ergonomic. I can get it done faster, easier, and even though the basic premise is the same on both of them, this one is just so much easier to use, and I would definitely recommend doing a whisper wash or a BE. I know that some people will use a 20-inch surface cleaner with the 4 gallon per minute. I don't know. I want to play by the rules here. I'm going to go with the 4-to-1 just to make sure that everybody is happy and I can get the job done quickly without leaving anything behind. Alright, well, I'm going to crank up and drive over to my neighbor's house, who has agreed to let me wash her driveway today, and we're going to go ahead and get this done. Alright, so here we are on the driveway. It has only been about 3 years since it was washed, but you can see there's definitely some lichen growing. Definitely a little bit of dirt and grime. Just, it's been 3 years. It's time to wash it again. And a couple little spots over here where you can see water does sit, so you get a little bit more holding up, and you definitely want to pay attention to where the water sits, because that's where you want to wash first. So you want to go ahead and get those washed before all the water runs down the driveway and pools in those areas. So I'm going to actually start down here in the corner, and I'm going to wash this little landing pad in front of the garage and then work my way up. That way I can make sure that all the water is coming back down where I've already cleaned, and then I can just rinse it off. Alrighty, so I've done the first portion down here where all the water is going to collect, and I've gone ahead and shut off my ball valve. And in order to get that ball valve to release pressure, go ahead and just squeeze the handle on your surface cleaner. You'll hear that click, and then this should actually just come right off. The first driveway I cleaned, it had lichen on it. I probably washed it 5 times trying to get the lichen spots off. I finally gave up, did a post-treatment and left, assuming that I was going to get a call, and I was just going to inform the homeowner that I was not able to get it fully clean and give them a full refund of the money. But I got no call, went back, drove by later, and saw that everything had come clean. I was a little bit dumbfounded on that until I finally did a house where I did the driveway and the back patio. I did the back patio first, then I came around, did the driveway, and after the post-treatment dried, I was able to see the end result, which was looking like brand new concrete. So I will never not post-treat unless a homeowner specifically agrees to not have their driveway fully cleaned, because that is going to be the end result. You're going to leave zebra stripes, and you are going to have lichen left over. So far, this one's coming out really good, and I'm going to go ahead and get this fully rinsed, and then start up towards the top. As you can see here, where that water pooled, I was not able to see that I was missing a line, so I'm going to go ahead and hit that with our 25-degree nozzle on an extension.